This is Geekazine's coverage of TechCrunch Disrupt. Brought to you by Roku and the Roku 2. Get yourself an over-the-top TV solution for only $59. Go over to geekazine.com/Roku to find out more.
All right, continuing coverage of TechCrunch Disrupt. Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine with Adria Richards, who's manning the camera right now. We've got Vishal Shah. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Yeah. He's with Ask.com, and of course, I haven't used Ask.com in a little while, so we got to catch up on Ask.com, and you guys have been making some big changes. First of all, what are you doing here at TechCrunch Disrupt? And talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, very excited actually about TechCrunch Disrupt. Both about there's a hackathon going on, so we're excited about the hackathon, and then we're also doing something special for the main event. We're doing a nice trivia game. We know Q&A. We want to make it fun, something related to Q&A, and give away some prizes to all the attendees. So that's what we're doing.
And I even submitted some of those questions to that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Plus,
Thanks
you're
for that, by the way.
Not a problem. Plus, you're a judge here for the hackathon. What are you looking for? What's the judging qualities here for the hackathon?
Yeah, it's there are a lot of different qualities. But for me, I definitely look for creativity. That's definitely something. It's a personal thing. I've been a designer and an engineer, and something I appreciate a lot. A little bit on the innovation side, something out of the ordinary, and also simple, nice, focused. Something focused are things that I really appreciate.
Okay. Now you're working. You're the director of engineer at Ask.com. You guys are coming out with some pretty cool stuff. And I asked the question to him a little bit earlier. Talk about let us know what's been happening in the last 5 years to kind of reintroduce those people that have asked or been on Ask.com, haven't been there for a while, and coming back. And the big thing was your question and answer. You guys aren't a search engine anymore, right?
We search. The whole concept of search is a little bit now sort of overused in different ways. But we definitely, we do search, but that's our focus. As now we've refocused ourselves on Q&A, and that's something we've been doing since the beginning. We started as Jeeves. We know questions, and we think we know better than anybody else, and that's what we focused ourselves on, and how to best answer people's questions. So the whole search aspect, algorithmic search is definitely one of the things we do. We think there's a lot of value, but something else that we've focused and we've seen some great results lately is on the human-powered Q&A, so more sort of social Q&A aspect. So we now have a new human-powered sort of community site where real people answer, and it started as a test. We wanted to make sure it works great. There are a lot of parameters, a lot of things that people sort of have their workflow and stuff like that when they use Ask, and we want to make sure we get it right, and we finally open the doors to everybody. More than 60 million users. So very excited.
Oh yeah, that is very exciting. So basically what happens is I have to ask a question. Like, for instance, how do I get to the design center in San Francisco? Which, by the way, there's 2 design centers in San Francisco. Who would have thought that? Anyway, how do I get to the design center in San Francisco, or something even more down to the point when you're at the grocery store? What's the best price for a bottle of wine or some cheese? It's Saturday night and having a good time there. But that's where your engine will come in a little bit better, correct?
Yes. So yes, that's true. There are different kinds of questions. There's some questions that we might know the answers right away. Capital of France is an example. So if that's the case, we'll make sure we give you the answer right away. And that's definitely something that we've been working on for a long time, and we continue to improve that. And then there are some questions that there are no unique answers or opinionated, or you just there are no immediate answers you want. And sometimes on typical search engine, you go in a research mode, look around here and there. And what we've tried to do is, hey, you know what? Ask us a question. We'll give you algorithmic results if we can right away. If you like it, great. If you don't, push a button and we'll send it to our community. And that's about it. And if you're a new user, you just have to do a simple sign up, and then we'll notify you. We'll send you an email. If you're on a mobile device, we'll do a notification when you get answers. So
we've always seen that throughout technology history, how the question and ask community has been around for people. I used to be on a different website answering questions for people. This becomes a more down-to-earth type situation. And the better part is now your other new announcement, which is your mobile version of that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so all of us at Ask, we're really excited about mobile. We've had an iPhone app for almost a year, and we've seen great results. More than 1 million downloads in less than 9 months, or about 9 months. So we've seen great engagement. About 4 times more engagement with mobile devices. It's something just natural. Oftentimes when you have a question, you're thinking about something, you're not necessarily in front of a desktop, and it's something natural. And we really are excited about today's smartphones. They're great. They are powerful. You can make great user experiences. You have location, and we want to take advantage of that. So we've had an iPhone app for a while, and now we've just released an Android app, and we're seeing some great results with the Android app.
Do you know the numbers on how many people have downloaded the Android side versus the iPhone side?
Still a little early, but we were very excited to see the initial numbers, but a little early to kind of share some of the numbers.
So when now with the iPhone 5 soon to be coming out, and all the new enhancements and stuff like that, I could expect, or do you guys expect that your application is going to be downloaded a little bit more? See the 2 million mark maybe within the next 6 months or something like that?
Yeah, we definitely have very high hopes, and it's not just about the app itself, the way it is today. Something else, we're constantly investing in our app. So not just iOS 5 coming out and great, we'll see great numbers. We want to improve. So I was at the Apple conference this year where they announced iOS 5, and they shared a lot of features, best practices, and stuff like that. And so we want to take advantage of some of the features. One of the goals we've had, and I think we've accomplished, is kind of take advantage of the platform. So we've designed the iPhone platform for iPhone users. We've kept them in mind, their patterns, how they use the user interface, how other apps work. Apple's best practices, and for Android we've done the same way. Google best practices, other Android apps. Like for example, on Android there's a back button. iPhone does not have. We've taken advantage of that, stuff like that. So we're also innovating in that space and kind of adding more features, making sure we take advantage of the platform the best. It kind of feels natural. You use it. You don't have to learn the app. And so, yes, that's definitely something we're making continuous investment. And because of that, we really hope that the numbers will only increase in the mobile space. And if you don't have an app, or if you don't have time to install, there's always the mobile web. You can always fire up Safari or a mobile browser, and we're making sure that you can use the service on a mobile browser as well.
Now, the most important question that everybody's on everybody's mind right now is, where is Jeeves now?
It's a great question. Jeeves actually is having a lot of fun. He's retiring, on vacation, traveling the world. He's having a good time. He'll always be dear and close to us. Actually, there's something about Jeeves that you should check out our Ask blog. There's something about it. I'll keep it a surprise. You guys go on the blog and check it out.
So if I go to the ask.com and I say, where's Jeeves or something like that?
No, so we have a blog, ask.com blog. Just go to the blog. Jeeves is always something that's dear and close to us, but he's out there having fun.
And that's cool to hear. It's good that retirement is doing him well, and that of course Ask.com is doing well as well. Anything that you're expecting that you can talk about for the future that the people might be interested in knowing about?
The key areas we already talked about, the community, the human power community. We've always been doing algorithmic, and we'll continue to do that and improve that. The community we want to grow. There are a lot of areas that we are looking into. I can't talk about specific areas, but we want the community only gets better as it grows. More people to ask, more people to answer. We want to increase the connection, the social aspect, the communication aspect, asking, and really make it natural and really exciting. And there are a lot of things you could do to sort of keep people sort of coming back and kind of enjoying the service, things like incentives and stuff like that, that a lot of other services are doing, and some more sort of social aspect, things of that nature. We want to make sure it's an organic, living, breathing community that grows, and that's exactly what we want. So that's an area of focus for us, and also the whole mobile aspect and sort of different platform aspect. We've targeted mobile. What about iPad? What about TV? Google has Android coming on TV. Would it be great for people to have our service on the TV? Maybe they're watching a TV show.
Even now with Roku apps, with Boxy, of course, a Boxy app is pretty straightforward. I made one in 10 seconds myself.
Right.
So it's you got so many different options, and I think that's a great. And I like the word, and I know it's used a lot, but it's called organic. And this is an organic search. You can be part of the community. You can show your stuff, and you can go from there and really feel like a part of a community. And I like that. So, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
and if you want to check it out, go over to ask.com. And thanks again for your time.
Great, appreciate it.
No problem.